I grew up admiring my mom and grandpa, who were both practicing pharmacists. My mom is fixing to retire now, actually. My grandpa was a hospital pharmacist for, say, 20, 30 years. And I always just admired their dedication and, wanting to improve patient care. It was something I always looked up to for a long time.
Well, my whole life, my dad's a pharmacist, so I was always surrounded by it. And he actually owns companies with his brother. Some of my cousins are studying pharmacy too. I always knew it's something I wanted to do. I used to go to the pharmacy as a little girl and help my dad out. So ever since then, I knew I wanted to be a pharmacist and do what he does.
I had recently become 18 and I was working as a cashier at Publix. The pharmacy manager asked me if I wanted to potentially become a pharmacy technician and kind of opened up my mind to the pharmacy community. And I just knew it then that that's what I wanted to become in the future.
I worked at this local pharmacy in Jacksonville called Osteen Pharmacy. And ever since I worked there, I never looked back because I just saw how much teamwork was involved in the field as well as just the patients themselves made it worthwhile.
My dad was diagnosed with a brain tumor and he was getting surgery. And when I first walked in the hospital and saw him post-surgery, I went ghostly white. I was so scared. He didn't look like himself. He couldn't speak because of all the medication he was on. And I was able to talk with his team pharmacist and get that perspective. And that's when I first got an introduction to a hospital pharmacist and was interested in that career path.
I took a intro to pharmacy class in the USF Honors College, and hearing everyone's testimonies from faculty and staff to other pharmacists in the Tampa area is what sold me on this as a healthcare profession.
I knew I wanted to become a pharmacist back in high school. My aunt was a pharmacist, and one thing I noticed is the pharmacists always knew how to solve the issues they were having. So that's when I realized I really wanted to be someone that can help others.
I originally was going to PA school, but my dad is a pharmacist, and so last minute I made the switch because I wanted to be able to take over his business. It's kind of a family tradition because my grandfather was also a pharmacist.
I was driving with my dad, and he brought up the idea. He's like, "Do you know what you want to do with your future?" And I was like, "No, not really." And he's like, "What about pharmacists? They are very needed in our community. You can work anywhere. They got flexibility." And just the more I learn about it, the more I get involved, the more I know that it's the right path for me.
I feel like a doctor kind of diagnoses, identifies what's wrong, but the pharmacist actually gives the answer. I would like to do the answer and not necessarily the diagnosis. And that's kind of what I was leaning towards, especially with the new technology. It gives a more solidified answer as the role of a pharmacist is growing and changing throughout the time that we spend.